Stani Rivers walked out of the Cedar Creek Corrections Center in Little Rock, Washington, in January 2015 with a rare second chance. The governor had commuted the life sentence he received in 1996 after his sixth robbery conviction. But now Mr. Rivers again faces the possibility of life in prison after, the police said, he fatally shot a 24-year-old man in a motel room outside Seattle on November 2 during a drug deal. Prosecutors said the killing was the violent culmination of a series of assaults and thefts by Mr. Rivers since his release. Rivers continues to commit crimes, even when he is on community custody and even after being given a once-in-a-lifetime second chance through a governor's commutation. John B. Castleton Jr., a prosecutor in King County, said in court records, "He does not obey court orders." The police arrested Mr. Rivers on an unrelated theft charge on November 11, 2017. During an interview with investigators, he said he went to the motel on November 2 to buy crystal meth from a man, but denied that he killed anyone, the police said. Prosecutors charged him and another man, Thanias Swafford, 47, with murder. Mr. Rivers, 50, is being held without bail at the King County Jail. Lawyers representing the two could not be reached for comment. Prosecutors portray Mr. Rivers in court documents as a violent career criminal whose robberies and assaults were interrupted only by a 20-year stay in prison. Since 1985, he has been convicted of 6 felonies and at least 21 misdemeanors, including several assault charges, prosecutors said. The story of Mr. Rivers, in some ways, also tells the story of Washington state's struggles with violent crime and prison overcrowding in recent decades. At the center of his case is the state's 1993 anti-crime legislation known as the Three Strikes Law, which was hailed at the time as an answer to rising crime but is derided by some today for disproportionately sending minorities to prison. It automatically sentences some felons with 3 convictions to life in prison without parole. Only the governor can release them. The law was on the books in 1996 when Mr. Rivers mugged a man in a hotel room near Seattle and stole $1,000. He was convicted of robbery, his 6th felony, and received an automatic life sentence under the law. About 300 people in the state have received such life sentences, including his brother, half-brother, and stepfather. During Mr. Rivers's years in prison, the inmate population in Washington boomed, growing by nearly 50% to 17,500 last year. To ease congestion, state officials considered drastic measures in recent years, including shipping inmates to other states and releasing others through clemency. That was the backdrop when Mr. Rivers went before the state's Clemency and Pardons Board in 2013. Numerous inmates before him had their clemency appeals denied, but the board members approved Mr. Rivers's request. Then in her final days in office in 2013, Gov. Christine Gregoire of Washington signed off on his release, making him only the 13th inmate in a decade to receive clemency. Ms.